Let's go.
What's good? Episode 202. What's a podcast? Jerome. I'm tired. Shout out to Streetwear, Eddie, and Abdul.
Ep-
Uh,
Episode
Big
202,
energy.
man. Episode
Big energy.
202, the DC episode.
I mean, you can talk about your experience in DC. I'm sure everybody would love to hear about it. Me truthfully. It is what it is. Do
Yeah.
remember what's a podcast live for our previous episodes, youtube.com for our video episodes. We have a very, very, very engaging YouTube comment section. It's very dope. So check it out when you get a chance if you haven't. If you do participate, we appreciate that because there's always some good comments. And we also do get a lot of good comments in on Instagram. We get a lot of people who comment on the show throughout the week on Instagram, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
everybody who does participate, man, thank you very much.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's super tight. So
Thank you for all the DMs as well. We appreciate all of that.
yeah, man. Episode 202.
Isn't it funny how Jerome, we've been in this city for more than half our lives, and
Same, yeah.
we've been here longer than we've been anywhere else. And yet, when somebody's like, "Yo, where you from?" I'm like, "Baltimore." Like
Same thing. I talk to Cricket about it all the time. Like
I know,
like,
but it's so funny. Like, at what point are you like,
don't. I mean,
Yeah.
in my case, I don't. But I talk to Cricket
Same,
about it.
in my case, the same thing.
Yeah,
It's like I don't know if I'll ever give that up. I think your formidable years, like where you went to high school, is probably where you're from, or
That's how I would
middle school, high school.
Nah,
like
high
those
school.
years.
That high school comment is pretty much what it's at. What it is, unless you're like an army brat.
Sure.
Wherever you went to high school is pretty much where you're from. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, I agree with that too.
You know what I mean?
But
And,
I can also give other people I'm saying if they're like counting middle school as well, I think you're old enough to understand where you're from in middle school.
yeah, maybe life experiences though in high
Yeah.
school will sort of help shape and mold you a bit better, your environment, if
Yeah.
it doesn't change too drastically. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I mean, I've been here 20 years and
Yeah.
physically, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm here, but mentally, I'm always in the 480. You know what I mean? And that's just
But-
and it's never gonna change. Like I said, I talked to Crooked about it. He will forever say I'm a New Yorker. He's been in Vegas for almost as long as we've been in DC. Almost as long
That's
as I've
funny.
been in DC. So, I think it's just home is where the heart is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where it's wherever your parents live. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's no disrespect to anybody, but it
That
is
being
what it
said,
is.
Washington D.C. episode 202, and I gotta say I do fuck with this city.
Hell yeah.
We're all residents of the nation's capital, and while we're not from here, this has been home for the last 20, 22, 25 years, and I love DC, man. I don't know if I'll go anywhere else.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever move back to Maryland. Jerome has plans to retire in Scottsdale, Phoenix area, Mesa, Arizona,
Mesa.
Mesa, Arizona, and you know what I'm
100%.
saying. But
I'm staying here.
I think Jerome's gonna end up just being here. He loves it. He's
Well,
not-
I'll always have a crib here. I don't know if I'm gonna stay here forever, but I will always
I will not be staying here. Trust me.
Eddie's gonna move to Florida.
I mean, my parents live in Florida.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I mean, Florida is what it is. I mean, no disrespect to your parents, but Florida is also like,
they're retired though, so it's a different vibe.
Yeah, I mean, they in their 70s, dog.
Florida is like the worst place
the
on
shit is-
earth. You know what
I mean,
but
If you
I think-
get
I
wrapped
think
up
if
into
you're-
politics, but I don't give a fuck about any of that.
well,
But
I
also-
think you have to. I think being responsible people is like, it's a
I think-
shitty.
Well,
shitty
well,
thing.
that's why it takes it's actually beneficial for more people like us to move down there
Yeah.
because you can actually end up swaying the vote. You I think it's important to vote where your vote matters. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
facts.
if Eddie had a chance to dip between here and Virginia, for example, I would be like, yo, I would be like, vote in Virginia. We already know what this vote is gonna be like over here, right? We're blue all the way.
Yeah.
His vote probably won't make a dent in anything, but votes in Virginia, votes in Florida, and if you're retired, you want to be in a place where you don't pay, I think, state income tax, right?
Yeah.
So your money can go a little bit longer. So I get it. I think that's why Florida is known as the land where everybody retires to.
I just disagree.
You disagree with what?
Moving to a state full of old white people. Like
you're talking about moving back to Arizona, dog.
Yeah, I know, but we're talking about
Florida. The only black house on the block.
let's stay with Florida right now. Right?
I'm just saying.
I'm about to explain. No, I'm about to explain. Right. So you got all these old white people who are like super, like, racist and hate black people and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, yo, let's move to Florida and just die and, like,
heaven's waiting,
live out the ends of their life. And it's like, well, you were kind of shitty your whole life. And it's like, now it's just a big state full of shitty people. Like, no disrespect. That just isn't appealing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, DC's cool. It's getting the job done currently. But if I had another opportunity and was able to make things work, I could step in a minute. Like, I have nothing that, like without Isabella.
Oh, I think you would have been gone.
Yeah, that's a fact. That would have happened many, many moons ago. You know what I'm saying? And again, like, things could change any day. We saw what happened this week. Like, things change quickly for some people, and it just.
Wait, what happened this week?
Come on, bro. You were at the shop.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So things change quickly. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that.
You gotta fill me in.
He'll put it in the chat.
Put it in the text, because.
But if you catch my drift, right? Yeah. Things change real quickly for people. So, you know what I'm saying? I think that people need to be just very aware of where you're living. And I mean, like you said, your votes in DC, you already know what it is out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to stay that way for a minute, but moving to a Florida or voting in Virginia or something like that definitely can affect in a positive way. But everybody's mindset has to be the same. It can't just be like,
but it starts with one, though, No,
but what I'm saying is it can't be like, oh, we're moving here to save taxes on money. We actually have to be moving here to want to affect change, right? Not just in your bank account, but in the lives of everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Whole country. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
so that's why.
No, speaking of which, what's a very scary thought is, I'm actually, I think, what do y'all think about Muriel Bowser potentially might end up being our last black mayor? It's starting to look like that, man.
It was going to happen sooner or later. I mean, she did it to herself.
No, not she, but just the city is changing, right?
People who are running against her.
It's not even about her. She's not going to run anymore. She's done after this term. I think it was already decided that she's not going to run for re-election.
But she hasn't reached back, and she hasn't set up and put things in place to enable strong leadership from other people of color.
Bro, I don't know if that's what it is. But it's
part of also, it. It's not all. It's not all of it. It's not.
Yeah, all I mean, of it, she's not like molding somebody to like take.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe not. But also, Chocolate City is no longer Chocolate City, and I think that's the big thing, is that the influx.
What's the the demographics here now? I think it still is predominantly.
You think
no,
so?
No, it's not.
I don't think so.
Of actual DC residents, not commuters, but actual
like DC no. Like it's not a huge percentage, but it's like 47% black or something like that now.
Which is crazy.
That's still the majority.
No, 47. 47 is under 50. Is under 50.
Well, it depends on. That would be depending if there was only two.
It's very close, bro. Black or African American, 45.39%. White, 41.07%.
Yeah, so they're still the majority.
Yeah, but if you think about the socioeconomic power and influence of that 41% opposed to the 45% of
For
African
sure.
Americans and who live below the poverty line and those sort. When you start breaking it down like that, at that
for
point,
sure.
white people have taken the majority of this city,
Yeah.
and it's just
Owning property, everything.
all that.
Yeah.
It's and they've the city has forced the people who really belong in this city out of this city, and by hiking up rent or the ability to buy back your neighborhoods and things like that, and it's fucking terrible.
Well, I mean, a lot of it too, though, I think comes from just like, and I want to sound fair here,
It's systematic
but
racism.
it's
bro.
systematic
on purpose.
racism.
Yeah,
I feel a lot of it is priorities as well, right? You have to prioritize.
I mean, you have to
home.
hold people have to hold themselves accountable. It's his priorities.
100%.
You know what I mean? It's
The
not going to no
the
one's going to
priority-
give you houses and
Okay. Okay.
well,
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to make it a priority to want to hold on to your block
instead of just complaining about it seeing
and
go.
complaining about it,
What
or
are you doing? Hold on to it.
or allowing certain things to happen on your block because they benefit you in the short term, when you got to really look at the full play, right? Again, it's systematic across the country.
Yeah.
DC is not the only city.
Every city.
It's not DC. Every city. I mean, like, even a city like Detroit. Detroit is like something crazy, 80% black or something like that. And you see what's going on up there. Baltimore is 70 something percent black, I believe. And you see what's going on up there. So it's like, it's a systematic thing in place to keep people in poor situations or without home ownership. But at this point in time, we've got to take the knowledge that's out there.
You grew up your whole life knowing that.
But you have to be, as an adult, you have to be intentional about what you feed your brain and how you're trying to set your daughter. Like, I might not be able to get it cracking, but I can definitely try to set Isabella up for success.
No, but you're definitely getting it cracking. Nobody's pushing you out.
Right. Well, all I'm explaining though is like it's got to start with people who may not be as well-rounded as I am, right? Or like, not everybody watches Earn Your Leisure.
But that's whole part of the systematic racism.
Yes, for sure.
It's preventing people from having those options.
I agree with you 100%.
If you don't have good schools in those neighborhoods,
you don't learn.
You have all these other
you
problems.
You
don't have this.
It all starts from the beginning. It's all been set up and designed that way so that the maximum amount of information does not get to the people that need it the most.
Yeah.
It's
the
always
worst shit
like
gets
that.
to them.
Yeah, the worst shit gets to them. I mean, everything,
liquor stores on every corner, just everything.
It's the opportunities. It's systematic racism, man. Any way you want to shake it or disguise it, it's always been like that.
But it's also just, it's time for people to like really just have some honest conversations and figure out ways to hold each other accountable.
Hold yourself accountable.
But at the same time, like, if you hold yourself, hold others. Like, DC just passed a law where you can't wear hoodies and the shiesties?
The shiesties.
The shiesties. It's like a law where you can't wear them anymore. Right?
I just saw 4 kids wearing shiesties, literally standing next to a cop car.
Look, we had 3 kids
on my way home tonight.
We had 3 kids walking, but the law was up this week. If today's Wednesday, I want to say Matthias shared it with us on Monday. So maybe it's within a business you can't.
But that's also another way to like racial profile people, because it is a style now. So now those laws will probably only be enforced in certain areas.
But let's be honest. Where do you need to wear that if it's not 15 degrees outside? Okay. So why are we defending it in any capacity?
I'm not defending it at all.
If it's 15 degrees outside, cool, I get it.
Yeah.
But when you walk,
the only motherfucker outside if it's 15.
Where was I? Oh, we was at the joint on Sunday.
At Manier.
We was at the joint on Sunday,
and 3 kids walked in.
3 dudes walking. It's not that hot out. It's not.
No,
that
if you got a T-shirt on, bro.
No. Listen, bro. We're in there, and when I tell you, they walked in, and it was like you just felt everybody's energy shift. You felt everybody got on point.
They didn't make him take it off.
No, they made him leave.
They made him leave. They got all the way upstairs and checked him out, but it was one security guard who they could have overran easily if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
But it's just the principle of being like, bro, like, for one, I get that that's fashionable for y'all, but if you're letting fashionable and this is short term. They may not have the knowledge, whatever. But if you're letting a short term style or trend like inhibit you from spending money, like that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really not.
Or
We
just
need
like
to.
inhibiting you from gaining access and
We,
entry somewhere.
we need to prioritize what's really important, bro. And you wearing a hoodie and a jacket and a shiesty in 60-degree weather is not the move.
No.
You see what I'm saying? So
yeah, you up to no good.
These you know, is there gonna be any more black mayors in DC? It would be a strong. I'd be super surprised if there were.
We need it to be another black mayor.
I think we'll have another. We might not have.
I
one.
hope so.
Excuse me. We might not have one next, but we'll have another one.
I don't see it.
You think Red Grant is gonna win?
Absolutely not.
He's a joke, man. Him winning is funnier than like one of his comedy sets.
I mean, yeah, I don't see it. I think I think you're gonna need a.
But I think that we will have another black mayor for sure.
I think what you need is another. You might need a dude from out of town, a man or a woman from out of town.
I like the homie who was running up against.
DC doesn't vibe with out of towners like that, dog.
It's
a very unique city, man. You can't just come in here.
You have to.
Just that whole out of town shit's gonna bring people against you. Like you're not from here. You don't know.
Nobody's from here. Nobody's from here.
They are from here. That's the thing.
DC, a lot of people from here. DC needs to get over the "I'm from DC" thing.
No, for sure.
That is the reason why they are not successful in so many different areas, because the "I'm from DC, you're from Maryland, Virginia" thing means absolutely nothing to nobody.
It means nothing
outside
to
of the belt. It means a lot to these kids. It doesn't even
mean to anything to them. It's just something to say.
It means a lot to a lot of people that are from here. Meanwhile,
all the white people who are going to run in the next election, none of them are from here.
Exactly. And it's the same way why Jersey can have a thriving 40-year-old rap scene, because nobody cared they were from Jersey. Yeah. They were from Jersey. It was like, but if you're from Maryland, you're trying to prove you're in DC and you're this, that, and the third. And it's like, bro, who cares?
Yeah, you gonna make a difference or not?
Who cares? Are you good or are you not? Redman is better than a lot of rappers from New York. You know what I'm saying?
Most of them.
And nobody cared. Nobody cared he was from Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They look forward to the lyrics. So
yeah.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. I don't care who the mayor is. As long as Isabella gets a good education, I'm not tripping, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of knowledge out here. I feel like you have to be a self-starter. If you can you can do everything with that supercomputer in your pocket. So to feel like you're being, consistently held back or the odds are stacked against you, and in some instances that's true, but all the knowledge in the world is on your supercomputer. So it's like, bro, like, I don't know, man. I'm not the one for that right now. I'm also really tired, so we'll see what it means when I get off a good 12 hours of sleep.
How was your weekend? You were out till 5 o'clock in the morning last night.
It was late last night, man.
Where were you at?
The MGM in National Harbor, Maryland. DJ Wayne and Tony's birthday party with my man Chase B.
Okay.
And
shout out to Wayne and Tony, man. Happy birthday, fam.
It was a really, really nice event. Very smart.
Whose birthday was it?
Wayne and Tony's is like 8 days apart. It's like 8 days apart or something like that.
Okay.
And them having the party in Maryland was smart, because obviously the casino has a 24-hour liquor license, so people can just drink. So even when
that's too far to go, though.
Keep spending that money though.
Nah, it wasn't though, bro. I promise.
It's not that far.
It's not that far. I'll be honest with you. My Lyft there was like $20, and
it takes me like 15-20 minutes.
What about coming back?
$20, because I came back so basically early in the morning.
Yeah,
right. Wow, but like the thing that, and I thought it would be more. I truly thought it was going to be more. I was prepared. So, but the thing that was crazy about it was it made sense, because one, DC closes at 2, the venue stays open until 4, so you get 2 more hours. They're selling tables left and right.
But then once the venue's closed, it's still popping in there, like it's still open.
Yes, yeah, because now you're going to hotel.
You could go to the casino and hang out.
There's there's bars in the middle of the casino.
Yeah. So spillover when you get out is right there. So
everybody's just like, yo, let's go to this bar. And then like you did have some people who were smart and said, yo, let me get a room.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to test the, the driving or whatever. So I mean, just
What are rooms looking like in that hotel? Are they expensive?
Probably not on a Tuesday.
I looked and couldn't find any, but I don't think they're that expensive. And there's also a lot of little rinky dink hotels like not far from there as well.
Yeah.
That I saw. I mean, like $69, $89, stuff.
Yeah,
like
but at that point, if you're gonna jump in an Uber, you might as well just go home.
True.
I'm not gonna jump in an Uber and drive 10 minutes down the road to stay at a $60 hotel.
For sure.
5 more minutes.
No, he means they're all right there at the National.
No, that's what he's saying. Yeah, but he's like,
Yeah, I mean, not everybody is smart enough to book a room in advance or.
Yeah.
But I get it, and it was a really nice event, man. Chase crushed it, I crushed it. We had a homie Chubby Swag hung out with us.
You had somebody on the mic with you while you were DJing or no?
So as I was DJing, and early I didn't, but then a couple different guys. Pretty much, it was like an industry party, basically. So dudes that are hosts throughout the industry.
And host is not promoter. Host is like the dude on the mic shouting everybody out. Like Wayne and Tony don't get on the mic.
Wayne does.
Like on the mic or like.
He's like Scooty.
Who is this?
Read it out loud. Who is it?
I think I know who it is, but the host is essentially, in these terms, the guy that's on the mic. So it's Tune, it's Scott and Franchise, and they're the ones that just get in. Wayne will just get drunk get on the mic because he's like, okay, I want to hear certain songs, or like I see the party needs to go a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but he and I have a 12-year working relationship, so it's just like I know when he gets on the mic, it's like, all right, let's just turn up real quick. He wants to hear 5-6 songs of turn up, and then he'll hand me the mic like I'm gonna do something with it. Like,
just put that shit down.
Yeah, put this joint down.
Unplug it and put it back down.
Give it to the light guy. You know what I mean? But I think that it was a great party.
Do you like having somebody on the mic when you DJ, or are you not a fan of it?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, there's only so many people out here that do it. So, and I know the two guys
you like
that do
it
the most. I'm cool.
You don't have anybody on the mic at any of your parties.
I understand the purpose they serve. I mean, it depends. Like,
who's your favorite? Scooty?
If I get a little turned up, I get on the mic for sure. You know what I'm saying? It's incredible when I get on the mic. I'm
so Scooty is not your favorite.
Nah, Scooty's not a mic guy. Scooty, he can be.
Really?
Yeah, no, he's just
from being on the mic all the time in them recess.
Yeah, for recess that was absolutely needed. But everything we've done since then, it really, it's like grilled cheese social. And, these don't need a mic guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when you're in a nightclub, you need a mic person, though. You know what I'm saying? So good party. Where did I DJ over the weekend? I truly don't remember.
Stay.
Huh?
You DJ'd at Air Max Day.
I did. Yeah, I did Air Max Day. That was cool. I'm on my year.
That was a fun event. Mad people were asking about you, Eddie.
I don't know what I did. What day was that? Saturday? Sunday.
Experience was asking about you.
Oh, word.
Yeah, a lot of people showed up. It was a nice little function.
I'm not gonna front. I went to Bronze after.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you did go.
This guy didn't even let me know.
Didn't know it was open. Like literally walked up. I had pulled on the door just to see if they was open. I was like, oh, y'all open. Yeah, for sure. Keem was in there. That was tremendous.
Did y'all get some Air Maxes?
I didn't.
I haven't gotten them yet.
But I also haven't gone back to get my check. So when I go back to get my check, I'll double check. But it was a tremendous event. If you're not aware, I'm on my year is a streetwear shop here in DC. There's also outposts in Atlanta and Houston, if I'm correct. And it's, I don't want to say high-end streetwear, but it's like, on the pricier side.
I would say it's high-end. I mean, they got like Dior and shit in there.
Is that considered streetwear now? Like,
I mean, and when a store like that sells it,
okay.
I would say like
they got pretty much everything in there. Balenciaga, Dior, Amiri.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a menswear shop with like, streetwear, high fashion type stuff. Like Commonwealth of streetwear, right? Yeah. Like
I would say it's like elevated streetwear.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, elevated.
So the event is 2 to 6 on Sunday. This past Sunday, I'm DJing. They're showcasing the collection of a guy by the name of Kev. and it's an Air Max, not just like an Air Max 1 collection, but Air Max collection. Excuse me, from Kevy Kev and Abdul. And it was a very well attended event. I mean, I think they had like 9 people working at Manier. They had their entire staff out there, consistent. Because I was basically facing the door, so people were coming in the entire 2 to 6 time, checking out the place. It was some really, really good people, homies. They had.
Was it strictly a party? You could shop in there too.
You shop.
No, you could shop.
They had what's it called? Did the juices? I believe Sandlot did the juices, so that was popping. No,
the juices were fire.
Non-alcoholic, so that was great.
Yeah.
And they had some chicken wings that were banging, all flats too. It was good. Crushed.
Wow.
And it was just a tight experience, man. I think that looking back on it, I feel like Nike should have done something as well, being out there like right up 5-6 blocks away. But it was dope, man. It was dope to see people supporting, genuinely interested in these Air Max collections, the shoes that Abdul and the dude Kevy Kev had on display. And you need more of it. You need more of it. You need more recognition for people who are about that life. You know what I'm saying? And I think that hopefully we get that moving forward.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's one thing. I don't know if Nike or even some of these other brands look at us as a market that can showcase some of these things. And I think it's always been, this area has been very underrepresented in this world, you know what I'm saying, in this community.
Is the dude Kevy Kev from DC also?
He's from Baltimore.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a strictly Air Max dude.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? That's it. That's his thing.
How many different pairs of shoes did y'all have displayed up there?
I think it was close to 50 or 45 or something like that. Just some really, I think that, really the intent was to showcase some pairs that people might have heard of or read about and maybe not necessarily seen in person. And so we had a lot of craziness out there that people might not have seen before. He's got a lot of shit, and I've got a lot of shit. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Had some original Air Maxes from 91, Air Max 1s. Remember that Air Max 93, I had a pair in the women's colorway, original pair. Hyper Strike pairs of the Amsterdam with the Para signature on it. Some Pata, shout out to our friends in Amsterdam, Pata sample Air Maxes. Yeah, I mean Stash Air BWs, like a lot of craziness. So it was fun, man, and a lot of
you got your shoes back already?
Yeah, I got them after that. Same day. And shout out to Decades Footwear, my man Shabby, who's from VA. Big, he's like a collector. Like Kevy Kev and Shabby, them dudes are like collectors for real.
They don't wear them.
No, they do, but also they're like, what I'm saying, they're known, their collections, as they put it, are crazy. Shabby been in the game for a long time, OG in the sneaker world, and but he collects, and now he also has a resale shop, so it translated into that for him. But me and us, we cop because we're like, the intent is always to put them on feet, right?
Definitely.
So we end up having a lot of sneakers, and not everything makes it to feet, but the intent is always like, I need to get a size 9, I need to get a size 11 or 8.5 to put on feet and rock. So but yeah, them dudes, shout out to them, man. Everybody, I think it was a great event, man. I had fun. Jerome was killing it.
Were you the only one who DJ, Jerome?
Yes, I was. Yes, I was. Yeah, it was a good time. Played a bunch of old rap, It's fun, man. It's good.
Air Max rap.
Air Max rap.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it was a good event, man. Shout out to Manier for being worthy hosts. Worthy hosts, man.
Was the dude James in the building?
No.
No, he was not. But he'll be at the next one, I heard. So You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it moving, keep it funky.
Yeah.
Episode 202 was the podcast. DC is a big federal city. So that's good and bad. If there's been some talk lately about Congress controlling some of the laws and things in DC and not letting some things happen. And also, if you do particular crime in DC, it's going to hit the federal level.
I feel like it's always been like that.
Yeah.
Our guy Praz from the Fugees.
Boy.
Found out just how real my past statements just were. He's on trial in DC. Because basically, he was working with this guy who I don't even want to say dude's name.
Something low.
Yeah, but dude is like, again, I think Abdul and I spoke about it earlier this week. Like, you can't say dude's name on the West Coast. He drained billions of dollars from, I think, Malaysia or Thailand,
or both.
Went around the world. I mean, literally went to every major city in the world and partied like a rock star.
Tricked it all up.
He's in hiding. I think they think he's in Russia now, maybe, or something. One of these countries where he can't be extradited. China.
He's in China.
He's in China.
Is he Chinese or Malaysian?
He's Malaysian.
Yeah, but
now he's in China.
But he sort of bought his protection from China.
Yeah.
I mean, this story is fucking insane. And if you don't know anything about it, trust me, you're not alone. You're not alone, first of all, because I saw that headline and I was like, what?
Same. When y'all sent it in the group chat, I was like, what?
This does not even sound believable. It looks like a movie script.
Like, how could he even get himself into that?
Well, this dude, the billionaire from Malaysia, something low, I think is his name. I forget his name, but he's known to just, you know what I'm saying, mix and mingle. When you're that rich, you
go wherever the fuck you want to go.
You go to a lot of places and you end up spending a lot of time with celebrities. He gave Kim Kardashian millions of dollars and she ended up buying herself a Ferrari, gave Leonardo DiCaprio a Picasso. Like, this is the type of dude we're talking about.
Yeah, he's tricking.
Praz ends up bumping shoulders with this dude and they become cool. And before you know it, Praz has become an agent for the Chinese. Like, it's just insane. You got to go read this article, man. You know what? Go read the Bloomberg one, because that article is long, but it's
thorough.
You won't be able to put it down because it goes through everything. And
so, what do you think's going to happen to Praz?
Praz might be fucked.
Praz is going to jail. I'm sorry. Praz is going to prison. Yes. One, because Praz is black, so they're always going to make an example of the black person.
He don't got money like that no more.
Two, he don't got money like that no more. Exactly. And three, even though he probably is cooperating at this point, you're never going to find.
No, my man is in China and
he's in China kicking it. So,
yeah.
I mean, Praz was so crazy that he actually ratted himself out to the FBI. So the whole point
not crazy,
of
just so dumb about it.
The Chinese, apparently, there's another Chinese billionaire that is now under American protection, fled from China, and is over here talking crazy about China. China wants that dude back in China so they can prosecute him or probably just murk him, right? They put Praz responsible for talking to whatever administration was in power at that time to convince them to send this dude back to China, right? So Praz is wondering what his next step should be and decides to contact the FBI directly and is like, what's up with this dude? Like, are y'all protecting him? He's asking all kinds of crazy questions. Like, where so far as to where the FBI just is like, what is this dude doing? And then they open up an investigation on what the fuck is going on with Praz.
How do you know what's going on?
And Praz Praz got 100 mil from the dude. Like over the course of time, he created entities and small companies that were funneling money from coming from one corporation in Hong Kong to his company.
Oh, he was laundering money for him.
And then he was paying another lawyer and all kinds of shit. He became a lobbyist. That's essentially what he was doing. He was lobbying on behalf of the Chinese government to get this dude who's now in America, a Chinese billionaire, back to China. And that becomes an act of espionage, sort of, because you have not registered yourself as a foreign agent to another country. And that apparently is a crime.
He didn't even know what he was doing.
He did not even know what he was doing. I think Praz probably, like a lot of us allegedly, probably just saw a quick way to make some money, but got in over his head. That being said, Praz also alleges that he was able to free an American woman that was held captive by the Chinese government, and he got her out. And apparently that's true.
Okay.
So Praz claims that he was actually working on behalf of the Americans.
Unbeknownst to America.
Unbeknownst to America, he was working to try to mend the relationship between China and America and bring peace to the world. So
at least that's the picture his lawyer's trying to paint.
I believe Praz. Let Praz go, man. Free Praz.
I think Praz is fucked.
You know what I'm saying? Free the Fugees. Somewhere Wyclef is to blame for all of this. What do we think?
Or Lauryn Hill.
Well, listen, I mean, the Fugees themselves obviously have had a tough post. The album came out in '96.
Great album.
Lauren dropped in '98. Clef dropped.
Also classic.
I think Clef dropped in '97.
Which one? Gone Till November.
Yeah, that was a great album, though.
That was a good album. Clef had some hits, man.
Talented, man.
Yeah,
and then I remember Praz had a hit song. Yeah, Ghetto Superstar.
Look. Yeah, that joint was hot.
Right, but remember, like, yeah, John Forte. John Forte was extended,
and he got locked up too.
Liquid cocaine.
He got caught with some birds.
You
know who got him out was
Carly Simon.
Carly Simon or Diane Keaton. It was one of them, right?
No, I think it was Carly Simon. Yeah.
Some old white lady got him out.
Yep.
Wow.
They were you know, pause. They were too big. Like they were victims of their own success. And you know what I'm saying? Doors open. Man. But yeah, I mean, look at it. Like Ghetto Superstar was a hit song. Lauren's album.
What was John Forte's song?
I think he was
Staying Alive or something like that.
He was on. No, Staying Alive.
That was Praz.
Yeah.
No, that was Staying Alive was Clef's song, but I think John Forte was on there.
Oh, okay.
He rocked it.
They definitely shouted him out a lot of John Forte.
But Praz had Ghetto Superstar, and that was a huge hit.
Yeah, that's it though.
Smash. But remember, that was on a movie soundtrack. Remember?
Yeah,
on something with Warren Beatty, I think is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you should go read this article, man. It's like,
is that the one that y'all sent in the group chat?
Yeah, man. Go read that joint. That shit is like they had Praz pulling up to some hotel in Midtown. Go down. He had to go walk in, and the dude was like, "Go back outside, circle the block twice, and make sure nobody's following you. You come inside."
Go to
one room, and then he got led to another room through the back.
Suits take him to another room.
Dog, all of that to meet with a fucking Chinese foreign minister, which is another thing that he's in trouble for. They asked him what he was doing, meeting the dude. He said China was gonna help Haiti out or something like that.
Every time he opens his mouth, he's just digging himself a deeper hole. It's like, just shut the fuck up and let your lawyer talk.
Just let your lawyer talk, man.
Just shut the fuck up.
I think that needs to be the key to life, man. If you ever get into any sort of trouble,
just don't say shit.
Keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
And just have your lawyer talk for you.
That's it.
If you don't even need to have money for your lawyer, dog. One will be provided for you.
Yeah.
Well, I think, we also have to remember, like, these people are just in rooms and having conversations with people that they don't even know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
They're loose.
They're a superstar, but you are a rapper. You're an artist. You're an entertainer. Why are you meeting with
Chinese politician?
But remember, Praz also hasn't been a relevant music figure probably in 20 years, maybe.
Yeah, but
he's been living life though.
No. He's the guy. He's the man. He's like,
everybody was like, how does Praz have all this money? Like this was, it would be on like gossip blogs.
Kept his apartment, the $40,000 a month apartment, driving a
Lamborghini trucks, like all that. I mean, like he got 100 mil from the dude, like over time,
maybe more.
Yeah. So he's been living life and enjoying himself. Free Praz. He didn't mean it. He was gonna come right
he's
back.
An idiot, man. He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I mean, Praz is gonna do what Praz is gonna do.
Jeez.
Praz gonna go to jail.
What a great story. What a great story.
Yeah, what a great story. Episode 202. Again, man, I've been very happy, not happy, but just like it's been very inspiring to see the Tony Lewis Jr. and Tony Lewis Sr. tour kind of hit like social media and hit various like news outlets, and to see Tony Lewis Sr. tell his story and just give inspirational words to the community and people at large. I heard last night, I was listening to something in the Uber and he was talking about don't get taken. The cakes are being baked and don't get taken or something like that. But
that's
it was
real.
No. It was just great to hear him just speaking it to people that need to hear it. You know what I mean?
And from one of their peers, somebody who they can listen to. He's not just saying it. He's been there, done that.
He's been there, right? Yeah. He's everywhere y'all don't want to go.
He's been further than where they'll ever go, and you know what I mean.
So
in every sense of the word.
Again, it's been really dope to see this. To see them just moving and grooving.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
Know what I'm saying? But obviously episode 202, we're going to talk about the list sneakers now.
Boy.
I guess like there's been, according to DJ Clark Kent, it's go time. And I think his son might have been talking about him in some capacity.
And they officially claimed Abdul as the CEO of the list, which means that we should be able to get pairs, right, Jerome?
I don't think we are.
I didn't say we are. I said we should.
Oh, I should, whatever. Truth be told, it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, no.
Even though Abdul has like 8 pairs.
I don't.
And we were the same size.
I don't have.
Do the pairs you have that insole on them?
Yes.
Oh, all of them already had that. So you knew that was on there. You just couldn't say anything.
That's correct.
Okay.
But that being said, it was a surprise to me as well.
Of course, until you saw it, you didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know. And
do all of them say friends and family on the side?
Yeah.
Okay. Word.
Yes, and for those that don't know,
account. We have official count of them.
What do you mean count? Oh, how many there are?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not that many pairs. But
they make it 8.5.
I'm sure they did. Listen, I'm working my best to try to include the squad, but
I was big.
I will say this that I will say this that a lot of the pairs Clark said had already been accounted for, but he said let's wait and see. So he'll know more once they go out, if all those pairs get taken up. So there's still a chance. I asked for a few pairs in different sizes. And so we will
Sophia
see.
and Nadia get pairs?
I mean, hey man, listen, bro.
They got kid sizes? They did.
Yeah.
Dope.
Listen, bro, with all due respect, it's all good.
Yeah. I'm gonna try on my hand.
It's all good, man. We're gonna move how how we move after.
If it's not in your control, it's not in your control.
We're just gonna move how we move after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all we can do is just, there will be change. Obviously,
I'm gonna buy a pair on StockX.
I'm not buying nothing, but what I'm just saying is there will be change on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? There will be a shift in energy. Sure. Like if you think it's sweet, you are definitely wrong.
I'm being threatened.
No. It's a promise. No, I promise you, it's gonna happen. Shut it down. Yeah, for sure. Like, there's no way. I mean, come on. Like, we're supposed to bask in the glow of somebody else's happiness and
not reap the benefit.
That's unacceptable.
And 25% of the show gets a shoot, and we're supposed to just be like, oh man, I'm so happy that
Clark, you gotta fix this.
Random person got a pair. Like,
listen, Clark. You know what?
It ain't on Clark.
I don't know if any random people have got it. I don't know if any random people got them.
I'm saying, bro, I don't want to see Edison. I don't want to see Edison Chin with a pair. You feel what I'm saying? And like,
yes, okay. Now we're talking.
I mean, listen. I'll be honest with you. I'll name names. I don't care.
Let's go. Let's get one more name.
I mean, I have an idea of who I know is going to get them, so I don't want to say that.
No, let's just give one more name on who we think should not get them.
Coltrane.
That's a tough one because he has a strong relationship with Clark. I don't know if he's getting it.
I don't have that relationship though. So you're asking me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Now,
listen, I asked the question.
Is it going to happen? Absolutely. Coltrane's absolutely going to get a pair. Like, it'd be foolish if he didn't. Like, come on now. Of course,
he already got a pair.
Like, come on, let's be real about it. You know what I'm saying? But
Clark, I hope you're listening to this episode because my guys need pairs.
No. That's not the point of this exercise at all. Like, the point of the exercise is for you to like give a cool update. You know what I'm saying? It was really dope to see your name on the shoe.
That's really dope.
It was an
incredible feeling.
He's wearing them right now.
But I think you got to remember. In the real world,
the energy's gonna change.
There's consequences to every action.
Yes.
So
listen, I understand this talk. This is my sort of talk.
I just hope you know that. Like,
yeah.
So if you did get a pair, are you wearing them, Jerome?
I mean, we have to cross that bridge. We have to cross that bridge.
Straight to the X.
See, I'm wearing. I wear them same day.
No, I don't think Jerome would sell those.
I definitely would not sell them. No. That would be disrespectful.
Yeah.
Well, I would wear them though, for sure. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know when.
Yeah. Nah, I'd wear the Capo on a Saturday night. Like, I'm not tripping. Like, it's cool. I'm not over here trying. I'm just saying, yo, like, you can't sit here and be like, yo, fam, like, the shoe's amazing. Like, yo, my name's on the joint. Yada yada yada. Like, yo, we about to go to the originals of the release party in New York, and then we're gonna go to Miami, and then we're gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, go camping in the Hamptons and all this, and it's just like,
I mean, you can't blame Abdul for that though.
You have to though. You know what I'm saying? You do. Like,
listen, I accept blame for it.
I just want to see the text confirmation that you actually asked.
Let me put it this way:
take a screenshot of you asking Clark to bless us.
Well, I've asked in person because I've been to his house.
There's no truth to that. There's no truth to that.
There you go. See what I'm saying, Eddie? It's already
accountability. I want to see the screenshot.
It's already excuses.
Yo, all right.
I want to see his response.
I'm gonna ask live on this podcast. No. We're also
nah.
And
I want text message, no DM, real phone to phone
from at least 4 months ago.
Yeah, blue bubbles.
I don't have anything from 4 months ago. I didn't even know anything about him 4 months ago.
You're lying.
And the response. Not the question.
I didn't know anything about him 4 months ago either.
Listen, man. Listen, it's all good. I hope everybody who gets them is as excited and really enjoys.
I don't think anybody that's listening to this podcast right now is getting them.
What about the people that are on this podcast, creating the podcast? Like,
I think
us included.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Should
we're gonna hold on. What time is it? We're gonna have that clip. That's gonna be our clip for this week. I'm doing
49 minutes.
I think everybody need to clip this and put it out tomorrow because I think they're gonna start going out. I mean, I think everybody on this podcast should get a pair. A size 11,
so we can celebrate your success,
and a size 9 for
and listen,
Tom Lane.
I can celebrate your success and still be ready to like set it off after. You know what I'm saying? Don't be upset about it. Like we can go to the it's this party, it's cracking, and then be like, yeah, Abdul's on this week's podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like he's probably not gonna be on next week's podcast either. Like
he's on the Air Force One tour.
It's gonna be one word answers. It's gonna be one word answers for Abdul.
There's gonna be another side chat created without me in it.
Basically, it's gonna be like me and Eddie's show.
Who's gonna replace me? Who's gonna replace me on the podcast?
Tom's not gonna be
Bromar.
Bromar actually had some suggestions as topics. I forget what they are, but he was like, "You guys should be talking about this on the podcast."
Let's get Bromar on the podcast.
We should get Bromar on.
He
the
just
podcast.
texted me right now.
Shout out to Little Omar. That's my guy.
But yeah,
Bromar might replace me on the podcast. Is what we're saying. If this does not happen,
we're gonna get Bromar, and then we'll get Impulse too.
Bromar will probably get a pair of the Air Force Ones.
I don't think he cares that much, but
he'll sell them.
He's definitely going to sell them.
He'll get them. He would definitely sell them
for sure.
Yeah,
right at DeLorean.
Listen, man, we'll get. If we just
say
right at DeLorean for 25,000.
If we need to replace with another Baltimore, we'll get Impulse. Like it'll be a perfect, just like get you out the way, slide Ryan, pause.
Listen,
it'd be great. You know what I'm saying? It's my guy.
I know you're listening to this. Don't get me kicked off the podcast. Take care of my guys. Please.
Oh, shout out to our guy Dante. I can't speak too much of his business, but he's got some new opportunities coming up.
That's your man, right? I met him. He was at the party.
He was at the party. Yeah. Shout out to Dante, man. He has some new opportunities coming up that are going to be really, really dope, man. So,
okay.
Shout out to Dante, man. Shout out to Night Brunch. I believe they just celebrated their 5-year anniversary this past weekend or 2 weekends ago. So, I know Impulse just ran a 5K.
Really?
You know
he ran a half marathon.
Was it a half marathon? Okay, yeah. So
on his name.
Even iller. My bad.
Respect on his name.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Him and his wife.
Yeah.
So the thing about it was his wife was he. You know where I got it messed up is he was training for a 5K and his wife was training for the half miler. So he did the 5K maybe 2 weeks before, and then she had her race, and he you know what I'm saying?
Just jumped in on it
because he told me he was like getting up every morning training, and when he would come home, she would be getting ready to leave, and so he said he would be like, you know what,
I'm gonna go back out.
Let's go knock it out together. I was like, bro, that's what that married.
Wow,
that's what that marriage thing is about, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. He made a TikTok about it. It was tremendous.
Speaking of TikTok.
I did enjoy that TikTok actually.
TikTok's getting shut down, right?
Hope not. I actually like TikTok. I ain't gonna front. You can learn a lot.
They're trying to make you make it like a $1 million fine and like.
What I'm feeling. I know what you're talking about, but what I'm feeling about is I feel like it's making more money and it's just taking up more people's attention than Facebook.
They're putting all that shit on China though.
Yeah, for sure. They got to pass the blame on somebody else. But if you really can make TikTok what it's worth, dog, there's a lot to learn out there. And people are sharing information differently on TikTok than they are on Instagram. So it's like it can be beneficial for you. Like I said, I do all my meniscus knee injury, all my meniscus recovery. I learned a lot of it on TikTok from like verified doctors and stuff like that. And I follow this guy Nate Brown. He talks about like creative directors and just like different energy. Like it can be, you know, there's a guy Mike Nouveau.
It can be very educational.
Yeah, I think we talked about this guy Mike Nouveau. He's a watch guy. So he walks around New York City. He has Scar on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that kid Hugo, he left Stussy. He's now the brand director at
Awake. Shout out to my guy. Yeah.
Solid upgrade.
But back to this TikTok thing. I mean, listen, I'm going down a rabbit hole of the plumbing algorithm. Like that's been my shit. My whole timeline has been flooded with, you know, cats doing plumbing jobs and shit like that. And I love it. I do. That as well as like rebuilding engines has been like my thing.
I fuck with that.
That being said, you know, the state of Utah just passed a law banning social media for children under 18. And
how do you monitor that?
I love it. Well, they don't have access to it. Only way they can is if a parent agrees to a parent. So in order to, they said something about a driver's license or some sort of identification is needed. You have to get a parent's permission, and a parent has to okay.
But how can they do that?
They have a way. They're gonna find a way to do it.
But how? I mean,
but there's gonna be chances.
App Store will be different when your location is in Utah.
Has to
you
be.
could still download any app you want.
Yeah, but registering for that app is gonna be a problem. Like it's going to be during the registration process when they actually try to vet whoever's joining the app.
And at that point, I think kids are smart.
I mean, kids are smart. Your location to some other state.
Kids, no, they're just going to drive to another state. Like depending where you are.
No, but you can use like VPN and like
you could. You could or what I'm saying is, kids go on family vacation. So the minute you go on family vacation, you just go on a downloading.
They're just going to take like TikTok off like the App Store, and then you can't get it.
I don't know, man. It's making a lot of money.
It's not just TikTok. It's also, so I think.
No, so yeah, for sure.
Actually, maybe it is just TikTok in Utah. I don't remember, but I thought it was social media. Period. I'm actually happy with it, man.
But define social media. Is Facebook social media?
Yes.
Twitter.
Yes.
But Facebook is also
Instagram. All of that.
Facebook is performing extremely poor right now.
So is Instagram.
Yeah,
but I mean, like Facebook is tanking, like so it's almost the end of days.
I mean, Facebook, like your parents are on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like
not even. It's like your whack cousin you don't talk to that lives in Louisville or something. You know,
I never had.
But you know what they said Facebook is becoming really good for and popular for is for buying shit. That Facebook Marketplace is where it's at.
It's like I
know people have been going on there and buying cars. Apparently there's a huge sneaker market on there that I don't know about. I got to figure out how to access that part of Facebook. Like there's a lot of things happening on Facebook that we're just not aware of. But
I mean, but again, like once you become aware of it, you have to then get to like you end up engaging with those people consistently, because once you find one deal, then it's like, well, I got to go back and see if there's another deal, and it's just like
people get hooked.
Facebook, it brings out the worst in people. I think we saw a lot of that during the pandemic, during the Black Lives Matter movement. Like it's just not a cool place to be. I look at, truthfully, I think YouTube is one of the most important social. To me, YouTube is a social media account. I mean, they have stories and stuff like that, and YouTube Shorts. And again, like you can learn. What are you learning from Facebook? Not a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Like
nothing.
And you can say that from Instagram as well, too, right? But for me, at least, if you give yourself the opportunity to learn some things, then you make it less about social media and more about trying to better yourself. And Twitter, Elon Musk is killing it. So,
Instagram is on its way out too, man. I'll be honest. Like this whole, you can buy a blue check is mad corny. How many people have you all seen with the blue check as of like a few days ago? I don't think I've seen many or any that I.
How about you could probably get a blue check without buying one?
No, I don't even know if that's an option anymore.
Oh, you have to buy it or they give it to you?
Yeah, no, you have to buy it. It's $15 a month.
Get the fuck out of here.
People are actually doing it.
I'm sure.
Well, what they were saying for the Twitter blue check, there was like 80.
That was a one-time fee, right? Of $8.
I don't know. What they were just saying with Twitter is like 80% of people on Twitter that are paying for blue checks have less than 1,000 followers. There's like a certain 6% don't have any followers, and the rest of the percentage has like 150 followers or less. Yeah, I mean, but again, like people use social media for verification.
But what does the blue check mean? Like, is that supposed to mean you like cool or something?
You're like an expert, or you're like you're recognized for like being an expert.
That's what it meant before. That's what it meant before. Now it means that they have verified your identity. You got to send in a driver's
picture
license
of your ID,
or something like that, and now they know that account is actually tied to Jerome Baker.
$15 a month, you can really be who you really are on Instagram.
It's stupid.
Like for instance, there's this TikTok account. It's one of my favorite TikTok accounts. It's called Public Opinion NYC, and they stop people on the street and they ask them questions just about New York City. And it's like, yo,
favorite neighborhood, is it that guy?
No, that's Isaac Likes, but that one is good too. But Public Opinion is like, which train running through Queens is the blue line? It's something like that, or like
Oh, it's like trivia.
trivia. Yeah, but
Okay.
it's like random New York, and it's like
I
high
like
level.
it.
It's like high level trivia. It's like
New
smart.
Yorkers should know this shit.
Exactly.
No, New
Okay.
Yorkers, they do know that shit.
A lot
No,
of it, a
that,
lot of they do, but it's like, where's the Domino Sugar Factory? Like that's one of the questions on the one right now.
Baltimore in the harbor.
No, it's in New York. Well,
There's
yeah,
one in
yeah, yeah,
Baltimore.
yeah, yeah. But obviously, but I think it's in Brooklyn. I think actually.
Oh, really?
But yeah. But it's just one of the things where you can make social media work. It's just
Mhm.
that they're choosing the worst of it. Oh, also, real quick before we continue, we gotta say rest in peace. Give our condolences and prayers and thoughts to the kids in Nashville.
Oh man.
There was a shooting in Nashville that
Yeah.
three children that were all 9 years old and
Two
three adults.
adults.
Three
adults.
three adults, and one of the women that was killed was the headmaster of the school.
Unbelievable.
And all of the adults were 61 years old as well.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, so it's super sad.
What the fuck happened?
9-year-old babies, dog.
The shooter was an alumni of the school. I didn't hear about her manifesto letter or whatever, but the legislator, like the representative Republican dude that represents that district, took a picture earlier with his family, and they all had guns, like big rifles and all that.
I saw that.
So when they caught him on the streets, he was like, "Well, my granddaddy said when it's time for you to go, it's time for you to go." And it was just a super insensitive, like
super ignorant.
Like, bro, if I catch you on
these people, man.
if I catch you on the streets, it's time for you to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, it's just, you don't need AR-15s in the public hands. They had a video about what it actually does to your body, like how it tears you, like what it does to your bones.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I couldn't even watch the whole. I mean, I wanted to watch like a minute, and it was just off the rip. It was just super gruesome, and like it's just.
I mean, they're made to kill people. That's what those guns are made for. I mean, you can't hunt with an AR-15,
right?
Even though people do, and they say that that's what it's for. It's an assault rifle.
Yeah, it's a war.
That's what the AR stands for.
You go to war with that shit.
Yeah, the AR stands for assault rifle.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Doesn't stand for like deer hunting.
This happens in no other country. Any other country, New Zealand or Australia,
any other country, dog,
that has had this sort of school shootings in 20 years ago or whatever, immediately took action and banned guns or banned assault rifles, and that was the last time this ever happened. Yeah. Only in America can an organization such as the NRA have enough power to sway all of the government.
It's money, dog.
It's unbelievable that this is still happening.
It's horrible.
I mean, I don't know. It's only believable to me. Like, it's what would you expect?
It's not going to stop either. Like, this is going to continue happening.
It's interesting, though. I mean, we talked about
God bless the babies.
We talked about gambling earlier, and the guys from Earn Your Leisure were on a podcast or some show. And the guy with the glasses, Rashad, he says, rich people teach their children how to invest. Poor people were taught how to gamble. And I just wonder if that's truly accurate, because there are a lot of people who are
on this
really
FanDuel shit.
Well, but I think he also means like even low level gambling, like CeeLo and like
shooting dice.
Shooting dice.
Yeah,
like people can be wizards at even like dealing drugs or like making drugs. Like they can be a chemist when it comes to making the drugs, or when it comes to knowing how to be a street corner person or running numbers or whatever the case may be. And if they were taught properly, could they take that same knowledge and become a wizard in the field of investing? You know what I'm saying? I think that's a parallel he's trying to make. You know what I'm saying? So
I would say a lot of them probably.
I think they'll be amazing. I have friends who allegedly were involved in sales of illegal substances and changed their lives around after getting locked up, and came out and got a real job and became one accolade salesman of the year and all. It was the same thing, just in a different industry.
Yeah.
And like they were just amazing at what they were doing. It just happened to be a little bit illegal.
Have we? I know we spoke about the list shoe. And,
Boy, Clark Kent. I hope you're listening, man. Help me out. We gotta take care of my guys.
It's all good, bro. I just want to see the whole situation. I like the rollout.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, I want to see how it just plays out. Truthfully.
Actually, I don't even know if we actually ended up even saying about it, but the List Air Force One is a collaboration between Nike and DJ Clark Kent for the 40th anniversary of the Air Force One, and
is there going to be other collaborations for the 40 year of the Air Force One, or just his?
I don't know. This is all news to me, but the list, the insole of the Air Force One has some names on it. It has Clark's name on it. It has my name on it. My man Magdi, who's from London, had probably one of the first sneaker boutiques in Soho, London, back in the early 2000s, called Slamic Kicks. And then also my man All Day's name is also on the insole, and very much a surprise to me, but it just, Clark was just kind enough to include us on this collaboration of his, and I was
first of all,
speechless.
we're primarily joking about, just all these other things. But first of all, we have to give Clark his credit for being able to pull this off, right? Yeah. As a black man,
yes.
Like let's not just
slide over there.
Let's not reduce it to like, do I get him? Do I not get him? Right. That's a lot
just
of what
the
we're
fact
saying
that he had made it happen is
a lot of what we're saying is injustice jokes, right? But
first do still want him though.
Give him his respect for being able to, land something like this. They're not doing a ton of one person collaborations, what I'm saying? Like, and so for him to make this happen is tremendous, right? And then for him to, include people he loves and values is even better. And then for him to seed the shoes to people who may not normally get seeded product. I mean, I know a lot of y'all do, which is great for y'all, but it's like there's going to be other people who Nike may not think of all the time.
Does Nike have anything to do with seeding any of these, or it's only Clark? That's
only Clark. Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Did we retire? What is Abdul watching? I think we retired it for the meantime.
We currently it's currently retired.
He's watching TikTok videos on rebuilding engines and plumbing.
You know who rebuilds engines is L.
L who?
Pierre's partner, Studio Sonic.
Oh, yeah.
He rebuilds engines. He put it on Instagram yesterday.
He got a TikTok? I got to follow.
Instagram story.
Okay.
What kind of cars is he rebuilding?
He's rebuilding 2 motorcycles right now.
Dope.
Man, and I'm the most non-technical person that you probably ever met in your life. Like, I can't even change a light bulb, to be honest. I mean, I'm exaggerating. I can, but
the thing about it is TikTok.
I'm that terrible at it.
TikTok can really change that for you, though. Truth be told.
Yeah,
Abdul's gonna be changing his own oil pretty soon.
I saved a vacuum cleaner off of TikTok.
I got new brakes on my car that I didn't change myself, but I bought them.
You bought the brakes?
There is.
I did. So that's another life hack. Actually, I was giving Silent Time
to the shop.
Yeah, I was giving Silent Time this knowledge because he just got killed at the dealership. Man, they took Silent Time for a sucker.
Oh, they crushed me at the dealership last time I went to.
They killed him. They charged him $800 to change some spark plugs or something like that, but they only changed one spark plug.
Stop playing. I took my car to the dealership.
Tom, what are you doing?
I took my car to the dealership for oil change, and it was $870.
Why would you go to a dealership? Because it's a BMW?
Yeah, I mean, just because it still has warranty, But
why are you paying for it if it has warranty?
Because the warranty doesn't cover like tires and windshield wipers and oil change and shit like that.
But the warranty doesn't get voided if you take it somewhere else for oil change, right?
No.
Yeah, Jiffy Lube, baby.
But that everywhere else doesn't give you like a loaner car to drive for,
Yo, Jiffy Lube, you just go. You're in and out in 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got one right by you.
I don't know if I don't know. I don't trust just some dude that walked in and filled that application. To
Then I'll just go to an actual mechanic shop.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
I
I'm
think,
not. I'm not doing it anymore.
I think that
They got
being,
silent time too.
I mean, he did what he did.
They upsell you like, oh, you got to change this filter, that filter, this, that.
But I think it's good to go for that, so you kind of know what you can do, and then you
just don't do the job.
Yeah, you should just a la carte it. You should just a la carte it at that point.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're telling me I need $4,000.
Yeah, but then if you go to the dealership and you got warranty and they're like, oh, you need to fix this, this, and this, and this, and then you don't do it, then
I'd be like, bro, I can't afford that.
Yeah, what I think you do is you go to the dealership and they tell you what's wrong with your car. I don't know if that has a fee attached to it, but let's say it doesn't.
No, diagnostics should be free at the dealership.
So now I know, all right, my spark plugs need to be changed, PCV valve, this, that, and the other. Right. I go online, I go to rockauto.com, I buy all that shit, take it to a mechanic down the block, pay $120 just for the installation. Boom, I'm done. I have a brand new car.
I don't know if that will void your warranty if you have somebody else do the work while you're under warranty. I don't know.
Well, silent time is not under warranty. I can tell you that. I don't know what that means for your car, but his car is not under warranty.
Yeah.
But also, if it's something mechanically wrong, then it's already covered by warranty for you.
For sure.
So you wouldn't get charged a fee anyway.
But if I had somebody work on my car and they used aftermarket parts, and the dealership would probably try to say that whatever was wrong with my car mechanically is a result of somebody else fucking with it.
Right, but this rule does not apply to somebody like you who already has a warranty.
Yeah.
This applies to a silent time.
Oh yes,
myself.
Take that shit down the street, dog.
Take it down the street. Never
support
go to
local. Support,
Yeah.
Family-owned businesses. Take it to it's just hard finding an honest mechanic too.
Dog, I got one in downtown Silver Spring.
I got one too, but
they're official. I've been going there for the last 25 years.
We're gonna add a hashtag car talk to this episode.
Car talk. We're gonna get them to sponsor the podcast.
When you getting a whip, Rome?
Fall.
Okay.
Yeah,
that being said,
are you moving?
Yeah, we're moving.
Oh wow.
You found a crib? You find a crib, or you?
I'm still looking, but we're just gonna move for the first year or so and see what it is. You know what I mean? Like we gotta move. So we're gonna move it. Yeah, we're gonna move in probably like July.
Why do you have to move? Just outgrowing your spot?
Yeah, and I just want to be a little. I mean, I want to be a little closer to the new school. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a minute away from here now. So if I could be a little further, love Mount Pleasant, love it to death.
But you don't want to be in Mount Pleasant anymore.
No, I would want to say Mount Pleasant until I move out of DC.
Okay.
There's limited options on the apartment side of things.
Yeah.
And the house
needs her own room now.
The Bellas it's all $1 million or more for the houses. So
yeah.
We're gonna see what shakes. But musically there is The Alchemist and Larry June.
Mm-hmm.
That album drops Friday.
Okay.
Well, I guess Thursday night, I guess at midnight. That's when most people listen to new albums. Then Tyler, the Creator, is doing like a deluxe version of his album with all the songs that didn't make the cut. He's released 2 videos so far, or 1 video and 2 new songs, which are tremendous. After that, truly, I don't know what else is coming out musically, but I'm excited about those 2 albums because Alchemist is back rapping. And Larry June is the type of individual who is I like where his mindset is. And then I'm a Tyler fan as well. I had a conversation about Tyler today. So I'm locked there musically. I just put a mix out with my man DJ Rise. We recorded our set at South by Southwest in Austin. It was tremendous. And
is Rise still listening to the podcast, or does he hate us?
Yeah, no, Rise is the homie. He listens to everything, man. So
we gotta get him on, man.
We will. Let's maybe shoot for episode 205 or something. You know what I mean? Give ourselves 3 weeks because he doesn't DJ on Wednesday nights anymore.
Oh.
That was the hold up. So once we do that, we'll lock him in, and then we'll just we'll bro down with the homie. That's my guy. So
all right.
Shout out to my man. All available hashtag Shewer Eddie.
Peace, yo.
Shout out Don't Charge Abdul.
Yes. Oh, shout out to Panda Exteriors, man, for taking care of me and getting me a new roof at my crib, and um, sponsors of this episode. Shout out to my
Remember,
man Jason.
remember, kids, life has consequences. Okay, the choices you make, the people you befriend, can make or break who you are in life. They can make or break who you have access to in life.
Hmm.
They can make or break who treats you and how you treat other people. So just know that, kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Be
saying?
aware of your
Word.
surroundings.
Be
and who you
aware of your
surround yourself with.
surroundings. Be aware, you know what I'm saying? Seed your sneakers appropriately.
Clark Kent, I hope you're still tuned in, brother.
You don't want
Yeah.
this could very easily go from
Yeah.
remember Brand Nubian? They were a 3-person group and then they
Mhm.
became a 2-person group.
Yes. Yeah. Also, word from What's a Podcast. Edison Chen does not deserve a
Edison
pair.
Chen does not deserve a pair. I know you're gonna give Coltrane a pair, so I can't.
Shout
really
out to
trip off
Coltrane. He
that.
should get a pair.
I mean, we can
And,
differ on
and shout
that.
out to my guys. What's a Podcast? They should all get pairs.
I think everybody should get a pair.
Everyone in the world?
Nah.
I think. We didn't talk about it. Oh, we have to
What?
talk about this. The last thing we have to talk about
What is it?
is the full YouTube experience of watching Cam and Mace on It
Yo,
Is What It Is.
It
pause-
is
the pause
what
off?
it is. The pause off.
They had a pause off last week. That
Oh
was
my
just
God.
the most ignorant
Yeah, I love it.
And fabulous thing at the same
3
time.
I
minutes
love
of
it.
television ever. Oh man, if
I
you're not
love it.
watching, because I don't think Cam and Mace are on every episode. So if like,
What do you mean?
like I looked at the new episodes on YouTube now,
Like it's
and
not their show.
I see 2 women on the I see. a
Oh,
woman
so
in the
this is
middle.
not. It is what it is. Sounds like it's their title.
Yeah, but I think you might only get one of them per week.
We got to look into that.
Oh. All right. So we need to follow this story a little bit deeper and make sure. They would have paused me right there for saying I need to follow a story this way.
Deeper.
Deeper, yeah. But we need to get some more information on this, man. But from what I've seen, absolutely, this is hysterical,
Amazing.
and I want this to continue watching this. Great content.
With your host, so the new episode now is. Oh yeah, well no, they're both on the new episode too. Okay, came out
All right.
13 hours ago, so they're both on it. But man, if you can catch the pause off, do that. It just sounds pause worthy as it is. Episode 202 is fantastic. We'll be back next week. Y'all have a great one. Peace.
Peace.
Or we might not be back. Not all of us might not be back next.
Eddie and Jerome will be back.
Me and Jerome will definitely be back.
Eddie and Jerome will definitely be back. I might not get the code to the StreamYard.
Abdul better come bearing gifts.
He's definitely Grand Poobah right now. Abdul is Grand Poobah. Who else got kicked out of a group? I'm trying to think of who else got kicked out.
Michelle from Destiny's Child.
Oh man.
Who else?
There's a lot.
Nah, but who else?
Think of it.
Yeah. Anyhow, next week's episode will be a reflection of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Clark, don't get me kicked off.
I mean,
podcast.
sometimes you need fresh. We'll have impulse next week. I promise. I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna talk to him tomorrow. So you know what I mean? Like,
Damn.
it's all good.
right.
Y'all have a great one. Peace.
Peace.
Have a good night.